With just and lasting pride in our uniformed student body and our unique history, Texas A&M proudly presents the 2016-2017 Fightin' Texas Aggie Corps of Cadets. This year's Corps was the largest in over 40 years, numbering over 2,500 cadets in 46 company-sized units at the start of the academic year. We are proud to welcome 6 Australian officer cadets as part of our cultural exchange program. They are participating in our reciprocal exchange program with Australian Defence Force College in Canberra, Australia, while 4 members of the Corps of Cadets are currently studying in Australia. As a part of the same program with Helmut Schmidt University in Hamburg, Germany, 3 members of our Corps of Cadets are studying in Germany as exchange students this semester. The 2016-2017 Corps Commander is Cecile Sorio from San Antonio. The Deputy Corps Commander is Justin Martinez from Fort Benning, Georgia. The Corps Color Sergeant is Cadet Master Sergeant Matthew Thomas from Weatherford. Delta Company is our Corps unit made up of combat veterans and is commanded by Cadet Major Joshua Sutton from College Station. Company V1 is commanded by Cadet Major Connor Waldron from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. The 1st Brigade is commanded by Cadet Colonel Zachary Butler from Roswell, Georgia.
Right in front of him.
1st Brigade Color Sergeant is Cadet Sergeant 1st Class Tyler Lindsay from Joshua. Company A2 is commanded by Cadet Major Edward Alexander from Sugar Land. Company B1 is commanded by Cadet Major Spencer Coberly from Capel. Company F2 is commanded by Cadet Major Tyson Stewart from Amarillo. Company L1 is commanded by Cadet Major Nathan Leary from Tyler. The 2nd Brigade is commanded by Cadet Colonel Ian Greenhall from Santa Margarita, California. The 2nd Brigade Color Sergeant is Cadet Sergeant 1st Class Micah Jackson from Giddings. Company D2 is commanded by Cadet Major Jeremy O'Neill from Fort Worth. Company E1 is commanded by Cadet Major Kyle Reese from Wichita Falls. Company I-1 is commanded by Cadet Major Allison McGrath from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Company K-1 is commanded by Cadet Major Roberto Garcia from Doral, Florida. The 3rd Brigade is commanded by Cadet Colonel Zachary Langto from Austin. The 3rd Brigade Color Sergeant is Cadet Sergeant First Class Brenda Delgado from Dallas. Company A-1 is commanded by Cadet Major Anthony McKee from Plano. Marching with A-1 is Officer Cadet Zachariah Hayes of the Australian Defence Force Academy. Company B-2 is commanded by Cadet Major Hayden Florence from Forney. Company C-1 is commanded by Cadet Major Dylan Stooksbury from Garland. Marching with Company C-1 is Officer Cadet William Hicks of the Australian Defence Force Academy. Company D-1 is commanded by Cadet Major James Otto from Fairfax Station, Virginia.
East marching. East marching. G2.
The 1st Regiment is commanded by Cadet Colonel Stuart Seelman from Dallas. The 1st Regiment Color Sergeant is Cadet Sergeant First Class Brendan Devaney from Seattle, Washington. Company G2 is commanded by Cadet Major Connor Grimes from Las Vegas, Nevada. Marching with Company G2 is Midshipman Jackson Breer of the Australian Defence Force Academy. Company H1 is commanded by Cadet Major Everett Finlay from Citrus Heights, California. Company P2 is commanded by Cadet Major David Wrench from Collinsville, Oklahoma. Company S1 is commanded by Cadet Major Alexander Dawson from Waxhaw, North Carolina. The 2nd Regiment is commanded by Cadet Colonel Christopher Aiken from Keller. The 2nd Regiment Color Sergeant is Cadet Sergeant First Class Caitlin Enyart from Louisville. Company C2 is commanded by Cadet Major Chad Schultz from Mansfield. Company E2 is commanded by Cadet Major Robinson McMillan from Corpus Christi. Company F1 is commanded by Cadet Major Brendan Gould from Fort Worth. Marching with Company F1 is Midshipman Hannah Roberts of the Australian Defence Force Academy. Company N1 is commanded by Cadet Major Jordan Choate from Joliet, Illinois. Company S2 is commanded by Cadet Major Brett Butler from Gun Barrel. The 3rd Regiment is commanded by Cadet Colonel Austin Collard from Hazlitt. Marching with the 3rd Regiment is Officer Cadet Amy Parsons of the Australian Defence Force Academy. The 3rd Regiment Color Sergeant is Cadet Sergeant First Class Myrna Cardenas from Houston. Company G1 is commanded by Cadet Major Austin Isaac from Seguin. Company K2 is commanded by Cadet Major David Haywood from Miami, Florida. Squadron 4 is commanded by Cadet Major Davis Vircher from Minot, North Dakota. Squadron 18 is commanded by Cadet Major Natalie Pribola from Round Rock. The 1st Wing is commanded by Cadet Colonel Daniel Schultz from San Antonio. The 1st Wing Color Sergeant is Cadet Sergeant First Class Joshua Sweet from Honolulu, Hawaii. Squadron 2 is commanded by Cadet Major Mason Allsbrooks from Apple Springs.